In mid-January, tactical engagements on the Eastern Front rapidly intensified. The enemy launched a three-pronged offensive against our K2 battalion in Siversk, aiming to penetrate our defensive, but we anticipated this, deploying superior tactical intelligence and modern combat systems. As enemy infantry attempted to storm our trenches, our drone operators tracked their every move. Opposing armor maneuvered through minefields while their infantry assaulted our dugouts with grenades. However, the adversary's operational plan immediately began to fall apart. Our units executed a highly coordinated defensive doctrine. Integrated strike drones, heavy artillery, and ground counterattacks stalled the enemy advance. We maintained absolute, breaking the enemy's momentum through asymmetric defensive tactics that played a decisive role in this engagement. An enemy infantry squad advanced to clear one of our fortified dugouts. These subterranean positions protect our troops and stockpile. The hostile forces assaulted the position with grenades, but the tables turned instantly on the attackers. Our teams executed a textbook counterstrike, hitting the enemy with 2 synchronized explosive detonations. Reconnaissance assets detected a heavily up-armored enemy tank, advancing directly toward our... In this theater, armor must be heavily retrofitted with improvised defenses to survive FPV strike drones and guided anti-steel grates, cope cages, wire mesh, and heavy steel plating are designed to absorb top-down strikes from javelins and light anti-tank weapons. The target veered off-road, attempting to bypass the minefields we established along the primary supply routes. Guided by real-time aerial intelligence, we launched an FPV strike drone that successfully neutralized the vehicle's mobility. On this run, the lead tank was fitted with a forward mine-clearing roller. These heavy rollers are designed to detonate pressure-sensitive anti-tank mines ahead of the vehicle, clearing a safe path. This allows armor to carve safe lanes through deep minefields. But because of the massive payload weight, armor crawled forward. Our first drone impacted the forward hull, degrading its speed but failing to achieve a mobility kill. We dispatched a second drone. Simultaneously, a second hostile tank entered the kill zone, but our operator focused on the primary target. The secondary impact hit home. We immediately called in artillery fire to suppress both targets. Concurrently, our scout pilots maintained continuous aerial surveillance on enemy infantry trying to advance. This intelligence allowed us to deploy heavy payload drones for a secondary wave of strikes. Our artillery units provided suppressive fire. 5.5mm NATO rounds deliver extreme destructive power at extended. Our batteries fire these from advanced howitzers, including the M777 Crab and Caesar platforms, hammering hostile troop concentrations and breaking their tactical cohesion. Our coordinated drone and artillery strikes systematically dismantled the enemy's defensive lines. With several hostile elements neutralized, the survivors broke ranks, scattering in complete tactical disarray. We did not give them any room to breathe. our FPV strike drones returned to the hunt, systematically picking off the surviving infantry. Despite their frantic retreat, escape was no longer a tactical option. FPV platforms are swift, agile, and guided directly by our operators, designed to dive bomb targets. We deploy them to efficiently neutralize hostile main battle tanks and armored platforms, along with troops in hard cover. Their cost efficiency and adaptability have fundamentally redefined current combat doctrine. On this feed, another enemy tank appears sporting heavy defensive modifications. Moments later, the vehicle strikes a concealed anti-tank mine, triggering an immediate mobility kill. These munitions remain highly effective assets for locking down hostile armor movements. Normally buried or surface-laid, these mines trigger under sheer weight. Modern threat variants now use fuses or remote command signals. Sensing total compromise, the 8 crewmen scramble from their disabled armor-breaking contact toward the tree line. Our drone pilots immediately lock onto the retreating infantry, systematically hunting targets of opportunity. A drone operator toys with a cornered soldier, a grim battle of physics with a predetermined end. A second rifleman tries a desperate kinetic counter-firing wild at the incoming loitering munition, but the result is identical. Our next phase demands denial of assets, ensuring abandoned enemy armor is permanently demilitarized. First, a main battle tank immobilized by a mine is hammered by 3 consecutive drone strikes. Destruction. The armor ignites under the pressure. Secondary smoke billows from the shattered engine compartment. It remains on the sector map as a useless smoking monument to failed assault. Next, an enemy scout motorcycle is targeted and vaporized, stripping the adversary of tactical mobility. The Siversk engagement proves the absolute lethality of an integrated defensive network. The opposing force, despite attempting a 3-axis assault, was utterly shattered by synchronized artillery, fire, drone integration, and enemy armor was checked by minefields and loitering munitions. Their infantry dismounted and destroyed their staging points, completely wiped out. This operational success proves that victory on the modern battlefield is never about numbers. It requires superior situational awareness, network-centric warfare, and flawless fire coordination. The K2 Battalion did more than hold the line. They executed a textbook demonstration of active defense. The campaign rages on, but our defensive capability scales with every combat engagement. Until the next tactical brief.